The Whisk Incident of 1827. The Whisk Incident of 1827 occurred in Algeria prior to the French invasion of the country. Prior to the invasion of Algeria, the country was under Ottoman rule, and the emperor governed through the Dey, who was chosen by local leaders and enjoyed a good amount of autonomy from the Ottoman Empire. During the Napoleonic Wars, the French incurred a debt of over 7 million francs to Jewish merchants from Algeria who sent French troops grain. The payment on these debts always fell through, despite the Algerian Dey's efforts to have the French repay. In 1827, Pierre Duval was the French consul in Algeria, and he and the Dey were on poor terms. And so, the Whisk Incident would occur. On April 29th, Duval went to visit the Dey, and the Dey asked for repayment on the debt. Duval responded in a high-handed manner that the French king would not lower himself to discuss such an issue as debt with a North African leader. Angered, the Dey swatted Duval 6 times with his fly whisk and ordered Duval to leave. The Whisk Incident of 1827 ultimately resulted in the French invasion of Algeria, and its importance should not be overlooked. The dynamics between the Ottoman Empire, local Algerian Dey ruler, and the French are seen in this incident and in the eventual invasion of Algeria. The French invasion of Algeria would lead to strict colonial rule until 1962, which would leave deep cultural and psychological scars on the country of Algeria.
So, when the French ambassadors came back to France after talking to the Dey, they decided that they needed an apology. So, the French sent diplomats, more that it were, to ask for an apology from the French Algerian prince. So, and what happened is they said, no, we are not going to give you an apology. So then the French, again, the king, says that, oh, well then we should send some ships after them. And then the Dey did not like this one bit. So what happened is that the Dey decided that he was going to go ahead and destroy all the French trade outposts in Algeria. Well, that did not go well with the French king, let me tell you. So later, 1827, that is when he decided to send ships and invade Algeria.
So after the Whisk Incident of 1827 and the blockade of 1827 came the invasion of Algeria of 1830. In March of 1830, Charles X announced that France's Royal Army would go to Algeria. Of course, this was not popular to Admiral III. He thought it was going to be way too dangerous. But Charles X said, nay, we shall go to Algeria and show them what the French army is all about. So, they sent over 600 ships, over 35,000 French troops, and landed in Algeria. Of course, Algeria was no match for this French invasion because they only had 10,000. Let me make that correction actually. I'm going to say 43,000 African troops. Of course, superior technology and, French, ships and things were much too strong for Algeria, and they eventually conquered it. So, is there anything else you would like to know? Maybe about women in America?
The Whisk Incident was, of course, only a pretext for the invasion of Algeria. In reality, there was a high level of social and political unrest going on within France. Charles X used the invasion of Algeria as a last-ditch effort in order to distract the French people from the unrest at home and focus instead halfway across the world. This was somewhat successful because it was a very popular It was a very popular move by the French king, but unfortunately ended quite unsuccessfully for him when in the July Revolution he was deposed and a new ruler took his place.
I want want to talk to you about the fly whisk incident, but more importantly about fly whisks themselves. Now, they've been used since antiquity and into modern day. They are seen in the market stalls with the marketeer flotting away flies from his merchandise, and then they're also seen as a sign of regality. So, here I have a modern day fly whisk where the hairs are synthetic, but the shaft is plastic. Whereas in antiquity and in the time of the fly whisk incident, it would have been a wooden shaft and it would have been a lot firmer. So, the fly whisk has evolved quite substantially since then.
بصيلي بعينيك وانا مستعد اموت فيها لو عاوز